Have you ever dreamt of creating your very own episode of One Punch Man, but your noggin could not grasp the amazing technical skill behind the animation? Well, fear no more. Thanks to the recent release of One Punch Man Season 3, I have discovered a brand new technique that allowed you to synthesize your very own episode of One Punch Man in no time at all. I was supposed to snap, but in no time at all. And today I'm going to be showing you exactly how you do that. Alright, to start off with, you open up your very own video editing software. I'm using Clipjump at the moment. I use that for a lot of my stuff, but you can use anything you want. One of those Adobe things, Adobe After Effects, Windows Movie Maker, if that's still around. Go crazy. I don't really care. But in this case, what you do is you go to Create Video, like so. Give it a second, and then you go to the background color, and then you change that to white, and then you got a blank canvas and you can get to work. Alright, so once you've got your file open, I have renamed this to One Punch Man Season 3 Episode 0 in this case. You get all your frames and you can just make them yourself, make all the still frames for the corresponding scene. In my case, I've drawn all of mine, but if you don't have the time or the energy to do so, you can just get some stock images off of Google Images. I mean, they work just as well. And what you do after that is very simple. You just put them in, just like that. You don't even have to animate them. That's right, gang. No complex animation techniques required. All you got to do is just put in all of your frames and just line them up correctly, and then you're basically halfway done already. In this scene, we've got Saitama, a completely flawless and incredible drawing of Saitama. You know, he's just going along, having a nice time, and then he sees something, scary monster blocks his way. Oh, focus on his hand, clenches it into a fist, he winds it up, and then bang, he takes out the monster. But of course, gentlemen, our work isn't done yet. Even though this scene is basically perfection, we need to make it look like you've put at least some effort into it, which is why we're going to add some cool, fancy effects. So first off, in this particular frame, we're going to add a pulse filter to give the illusion that he's actually walking, even though it's a completely still image. There you go, look at that, it's perfect. And then once you've got out of the way, we'll move on to the next frame, like maybe we'll go to effects, and then we could add a crash zoom, just to make the scene more dramatic. So yep, he's walking along, and then Alright, okay, so maybe on this frame we could add another effect right here. Maybe we could do what are the options? Maybe we could do a zoom in, just to make it look like he's actually coming forward. Maybe we could do the same on the next frame as well. Yeah, let's add another slow zoom. Okay, and then we'll do the same for the next frame as well. We go to filters. We go to maybe we'll do another crash zoom, but like we'll do it really slow to make it look like the punch is going forward. And then finally, on the last frame, we'll add another pulse effect just to make it look like it's like we can really feel the impact of the punch. To finish off this absolutely impeccable godlike scene, we're going to be putting in some nice speed lines. Ooh. Okay, so once you've added the speed lines and all the filters to all the frames, you go to export like this, and you go to, we want this at the absolute highest quality, so we're going to do 180 HP, and then you give it a minute, and then just like magic, you have the scene completed. But I bet you're all probably thinking, oh wow, this was an incredible tutorial. I feel so accomplished and completed with my scene. But I get the impression that it's missing something. It's just missing one last detail to really make everything pop and stand out. That's right, it's missing a bunch of neon colors. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right back to when he gets shocked, and then we're just going to go absolutely ham with the color palettes. So for this one, let's scroll all the way down. Yep, which is a good one. Ooh, this is a good, yeah, this is a good one right here. Oh yeah, look at that. We're going to go to this frame right here. Let's, or maybe this one because it's at the very end. And then we're going to make this, let's make it all pink. Maybe we'll add a bit of green in there as well. Hey, yeah, let's make it green. And there you have it, lads. I hope you've enjoyed my fun tutorial on how to effectively reproduce your very own scene from One Punch Man Season 3. And I hope you've also gotten an insight into what I can only assume to be the production process of the average One Punch Man Season 3 episode. Hope you've enjoyed. Have fun making your own. Watch the roads.